I'm Kirsten Locke, the Fashion Director of Ord, and I'm here with Nicole and Michael from Colavos. You're traditionally known for your minimalistic, pared-down vibe, which is very evident in what we see here today. What were your starting points for the collection?
We're looking at innovations with wool, so we really kind of went back into history and we're looking at uniform workwear and active sportswear predating synthetic fibers. We wanted to do a modern interpretation of that.
A lot of these pieces I can picture you running around in New York wearing them basically. Do you think that's a good take-off point for you?
Yeah, I think everything has to be really wearable for us, but interesting, because at the end of the day we want people to feel like it has a little bit of an individual flair or sensibility to it, but it's like simple, functional and wearable. So just trying to sort of mirror all those things together is a big focus for us.
Have you used any new innovative processes?
There's a couple of things. We found a wool that is 100% waterproof without any chemical base. So it's really innovative. It's the only wool in the world that is like that at the moment, where it's all done in the way that they treat the yarn and then they weave it together and it just sort of expands into this.
And is this it here?
This is it here. And that's just really interesting. It's super lightweight, really functional. It still breathes, but it's just waterproof and you don't have to have a membrane on it. So that really appealed to us. We did a cold water dye technique on this sheer gauze wool, which kind of created a chambray effect.
The puffer jacket is also made from the waterproof fabric as well, and then the fill inside is all wool. So it's a wool fill. So it's really warm, very light, really functional, waterproof, wind resistant.
It is really light actually.
Yeah, and one of the things I really like about it too is when living in New York, you're kind of in and out of buildings all the time, and if you go into a building or you're wearing your jacket, you go into like the museum, we created this system where you can attach it and then it becomes like a scarf. You just wear it like.
Oh gosh, I love that.
Just do that.
How will you educate your retailers about these little bits and pieces that the consumer needs to know about?
Well, it's really great working with smaller boutiques because they take the time to work with their clients, and we spend time with them in sales appointments, and then they are able to translate that message. And then for the bigger department stores, we're doing more and more clinics, so we're visiting and speaking to the people who are on the floor. You
are working with some great retailers worldwide. Can you tell us a little bit more about who you're working with and your retail strategy moving forward?
Right now we are in Barney's in New York and select boutiques, mostly around the US, a few at Tomorrowland in Japan and a few stores in Korea. So Europe would be more of a new push for us for this season.
Well, thanks guys. It's so good having you here in London.
Thank you.
And all the best for the Walmart Prize.